Welcome back to Undisputed. Before we get into Dak's return for the Cowboys, we have a very special moment on the show for you. Skip, I'm going to let you do the honors. Set this one up for us.
Very special. My man Shannon Sharp is going to remember all too well what I'm about to reference. Back in 2011, as Tim Tebow was going on the most miraculous run in NFL history, taking a 1-4 Denver Bronco team to an AFC West title and a playoff win.
Right.
We commissioned a video from the great DJ Steve Porter. DJ Steve created what we called All He Does Is Win. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do.
It won the Webby Award. And now we are hoping that history repeats because DJ Steve Porter has created a new video, this one featuring 11 from Heaven, our man Micha Parsons. So now, drum roll please. It is time for us to introduce DJ Steve Porter's latest creation, 11 from Heaven.
Dallas Cowboys select Micha Parsons.
Micha, 11 from Heaven.
We going to church. We gonna have confession.
Micha, 11 from Heaven. 11
From the Cowboys.
Learn a hard lesson. Terminator, a Terminator, a one-man, cold-blooded force of nature. Terminator, a Terminator. Everybody knows your quarterback is in danger. Passes an LT. Quickness off the line.
Like a bunch of crazy dogs.
Micha has arrived. I look at the screen. I'm looking for 11. He's better than LT. 11 from Heaven. Micha. 11 from Heaven. Special.
Phenomenal.
Cerebral. Natural. Micha. 11 from Heaven. Unstoppable. He has changed the way my Cowboys play. He has put my team back on the stage. He has that rare knack.
I want the quarterback.
He's quick. He's fast.
That's just a simple fact.
Sacks and tackles.
That's something that I want.
He's getting to the football.
Like it or not.
All in favor, raise your hands.
Micha, 11 from Heaven.
We going to church. We gonna have confession.
Micha, 11 from Heaven. 11 from the Cowboys. Perfection. My newest addition to my jersey collection. Can you see this? 11 from Heaven. We even got Jerry in there. He was doing a little 11 from Heaven.
What? Oh, Lord have mercy. Skip Bayless. You and when you love a player, Ernestine, you got the best man because this man loves hard unconditionally.
Hard, unconditionally. We hope, you hope, I hope we're not putting too much too soon on poor Micha's shoulder pads, but I'm going to reiterate what I've said the whole offseason and all these first weeks of this season. My team will go as far as my man Micha, 11 from Heaven, carries this team.
Man, you don't tell the man, you don't say the man better than LT. What you talking about? Hope you ain't putting too much fresh on it.
Well, it's a lot for a second-year kid, right?
Well, you should have thought about that before you uttered
Well,
LT.
I love hard. Maybe I'm loving over hard on this one. Maybe it's too much too soon, but I think he's pretty much lived up.
Oh, yeah. He's been everything they thought. He's been better than what they thought.
Yeah, and to your credit, I give you full credit for this. You saw him coming before I did because I had some skepticism only because he opted out of his last year at Penn State. I saw him flash the previous year a little bit,
right.
But you saw him at the Combine. You said, well, he's the best defensive player on the board.
I went back and looked at a couple of games that he played, and then he looked explosive. And then when you watched him at the Combine, he checked all the boxes. Explosive, quick, agile, nimble. Yeah, he the real deal. I'm surprised he should have went higher. He should have went higher than what he did.
Well, if you redrafted, he'd go way higher.
Yeah.
But I got caught up in Patrick Surtain because I needed that cornerback. I needed the bookend.
Oh, he legit too now.
Well, I just said, and your Broncos snaked him right out from under us, and J.C. Horn was off the board, and Jerry said, I give up.
Right.
And they traded backwards with Philly so Philly could take Devontae, right?
Yep.
And so Jerry just sits there, and speaking of 11 from heaven, he falls right out of heaven into Jerry's lap.
Sometimes the best moves is the one you don't make, Skip.
Because if Jerry thought that much of Micah, he certainly wouldn't have traded back.
No, absolutely not.
But he felt like he had enough of a relationship with the Eagles, even though they're arch rivals and hated.
Right.
But with Howie Roseman, he felt like he could trust they're going to take Devontae no matter what.
Right.
So we can trust that we're going to get a defensive player, and we'll see what happens. Oh, well, our next guy is Micha Parsons. Well, he was the guy.
He was the guy.
Right?
Fell into your lap.
Yep. Thank you. Here we go.
Well, guys, we love having Micah. Anytime we can have his presence on the show. It was an amazing video. I'm glad you shared it, Skip. Okay, back to Dak, though, gentlemen. He says, yes, indeed, he is going to start Sunday at QB for the Cowboys. Cowboys taking on the Lions, and of course, Dak coming back after missing 5 games because of that thumb injury. CeeDee Lamb says, yep, he's looking forward to his quarterback returning. CeeDee saying, quote, we've got full belief and trust in Dak's ability. Y'all know what 4 can do. Shannon, what do you expect from Dak on Sunday?
Well, I mean, I don't know if he's going to have what I just saw, that black tape and that mesh on his thumb. He's probably going to have that on there at least for the first couple of weeks.
And by the way, reportedly, he's got a little plate and 7 pins, so he's got some metal in there. So go ahead.
The only thing that I'm worried about, Skip, is falling down. Because you know, Skip, when you fall, you don't be thinking like, oh, man, I got a pin. You don't even think about that. You just fall and you just try to brace yourself. So hopefully, when he goes there, if he were to get taken down, he's able to bounce right back up. No harm, no foul. I expect them to play well, Skip. This is tailor-made for them. This is the worst scoring defense in all of football.
It is.
They're on a place to allow more points than anyone since the merger. They give up 34 points a game, 429 yards a game. So this is if you wanted to script something really good for Dak to come back into, teams that really don't get after the quarterback that well, the Lions is what you need. 34 points a game. You guys, struggled a little bit last week. You got now you don't have any excuses. Because everybody, oh man, when Dak get back, this offense about to take off.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's see you take off. And CeeDee said that, hey, he looks like himself. Hopefully they can get a connection. They've never had a connection, even when Dak was totally healthy.
Bingo.
And CeeDee was totally healthy.
Thank you.
It's not like they, had this great connection. They was like synced up. So I'm anxious to see what CeeDee and Dak can actually do, considering Dak has been off for 5 weeks and CeeDee, I guess, is banged up a little bit with a hip injury.
That's what they said. Limited but participating. Okay, my turn. Look, I love me some Dallas Cowboys. I'm lifelong diehard since I was 10 years old. I want him to be what everybody says he's going to be. Because if he's a combination of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes with Brady's brain, I'm good, man.
Yeah,
because
I bet you are good.
I'm going to go places.
Yeah, you will.
We're going to go deep in the playoffs. I'm hoping that happens. But I'm here to tell you, after I slept on this idea last night, I feel sorry for Dak Prescott.
Why?
I do, honestly, because you're getting thrown back into the fire, back on the saddle, against a defense you should absolutely annihilate, right?
You should.
So I need 35 at the very least, right? If they're giving up 34, shouldn't we at least score 35?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, look, I became a Cooper Rush fan, not off the field, because I don't have any sense of him. I can't even get, there's no edge to hang on to.
Right.
I don't even know who he is. I don't know what he's like a cipher. I told you last week. So I don't have any personal connection to him. He says nothing before or after games. He had some kind of mystical, mysterious mojo about him where all I know for sure is he saved the season. I don't know how he did it, but he saved the season. He doesn't have a big arm. He doesn't have an arm the way Dak's is above average, but his is a little below average. But it worked because he beat the 2 Super Bowl teams. He beat Cincinnati and he won at the Rams. And he went up and beat the Giants at the Giants, and they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're a powerhouse, but they're pretty good. And he managed to take care of business against Washington, and then he started to unravel in the second quarter at Philadelphia, and the world said, see, we told you so. And what happened? He sort of shook it off, and all of a sudden, he he started to draw a bead on the Eagles defense, and he goes down and he almost completes 2 passes in the end zone. They would have cut it to 20-7 at halftime. Then he comes out in the third quarter, 2 long drives filled with completions, lots of completions.
Yeah.
9, 13, 12, 8, 7, 13. Touchdown, touchdown. And all of a sudden it's 20-17. Well, he did that. And if Micha and company, the Marauders, I call them, if they could have stopped Jalen Hurts on 3 straight third downs, one stop, and give Mystical Mojo the ball back, I don't know what happens. Do they go down and score again? But instead, it's 26-17. It's a 9-point game. And the play of the game is the very first play of the next series where he drops back. And remember, Dak's going to have to contend because Tyler Smith is not going to grow up overnight. He's still the rookie left tackle. And Tyron Smith is not coming back. Dak's coming back, but not Tyron Smith is coming back. So all of a sudden, on the play of the game, Tyler Smith just flat out whiffs on Brandon Graham. I mean, he didn't touch him. And Brandon Graham, with a full head of steam, just rocks Cooper Rush right in the mouth. And I thought it should have been roughing because his helmet came up under Cooper's chin. But whatever. Blows it up. The ball just flutters up in the air. And now we're back to CD Dam, as you call him. I thought he should have at least stopped and fought, but his body language was, damn. I'm open, and that's what he got.
It's underthrown.
Right? And it's underthrown. I'm not going to fight for that. It's beneath my dignity. So to your point that you just made, the irony here is just, it's suffocating for me because all of a sudden CeeDee Lamb is talking up Dak Prescott and talking a little down on Cooper Rush, like, oh, here we go. We're going to take it up a level. Well, to your point, He never, that was my biggest issue. He had no connection with Dak Prescott. And early on in the first, especially the Cincinnati and the Giants game, those two, I thought CD had great rapport with Cooper Rush because Cooper Rush was feeding him the sugar like crazy.
Especially against the Giants. He caught a touchdown against the Giants, caught a touchdown against the Commanders.
And don't forget the 40-yarder that hit him right on the hand against the Giants. And he just cold dropped it. Just hit him about as beautifully as you could hit him.
Right.
So my point is, all of a sudden, CD's saying, Dak's back, I'm back. No, what? Where were you before? And by the way, I looked this up. Pro Football Focus now ranks my guy, CeeDee Lamb, you call CeeDee Dam, the 29th best receiver in pro football. And I'm making a case he's got top 5 potential this year. Well, couldn't tell, as you say, right?
No.
Okay.
For whatever reason, Skip, I never saw superstar in him. I know you liked him. He was tremendous run after the catch. He drops too many passes, too many routine passes for me, and he disappears in big moments. That's not superstar. That's not a top 5 level player. I need guys of him, if he's top 5, to show up. But Skip, if I'm not mistaken, I think Geno won Offensive Player of the Week against the Lions. Threw like 5 touchdowns against the Lions. So that got to be good for like 6 touchdowns, right? Okay.
And Belichick shut out the Lions, so the defense should rise and shine. It should all come right back on schedule. How much easier could you get to be eased back into the fray with Lions and Bears at home ahead of a bye week?
Yeah.